Today, in a world of low interest rates and low inflation, I believe that he would have strongly supported the actions we and governments across the world have taken to prevent a repeat of the mistakes of the Great Depression. These were not easy decisions. They're a result, though, of the government having the courage and vision to act. To have walked away would have been wholly irresponsible, because I believe the public rightly expected that, given the scale of this crisis, the people they had elected to serve them had to intervene. The unprecedented nature of the global economic crisis and the action that was needed has led to government borrowing rising sharply across the world. The cost of supporting the financial system, as well as helping people and businesses, has come on top of a fall in tax receipts because of the slowdown in economic activity. But I believe the cost of stepping back and letting the recession take its course would have been far higher. There are some who claim, for their own ends, that the growth in borrowing and debt is somehow a peculiarly British phenomenon. And that's a view that can be dismissed simply by looking around the world to what is happening in other countries too. And that's why at the G20 finance ministers meeting last weekend, countries agreed that once the recovery is firmly established, we must all rebuild our fiscal strength. But cutting support now, as some are saying, would run the real risk of choking off recovery even before it had started and prolonging the global downturn. But in the medium term, we need to live within our means. Not to do so would be equally irresponsible and damage our country's future. And the Prime Minister and I will never risk the fiscal sustainability of our economy. And that's why in the pre-budget report last year and then in this year's budget, I set out plans to halve the deficit over 4 years once the recession is over. And we will not shy away from these plans. That includes tax rises, with the biggest burden falling on those who can afford it most. And it isn't just about public spending. Some people are also against the decisions we've had to take on tax, difficult as they may be. But I can't accept that something like cutting inheritance tax takes priority over making sure we've got the money to help people back into work. But it isn't just the decisions we've taken on tax, it's also necessary to see slower growth in public spending in the coming years. And every country across the world faces similar pressures.